Revolutionary War, when the colonies fought for independence from England. The 13 colonies had finally had enough after years of salutary neglect and what they felt was taxation without representation. The colonies felt that they needed to break all ties with their mother country, and so the Revolutionary War became the American War for Independence. Britain, however, refused to go down without a fight. During the midst of the fighting, representatives from every colony, excluding Georgia, met in Philly to sign a letter now known as the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. The Declaration itself was an act of treason. Any of the signers could be convicted, tried, and executed for acts of treason toward the crown. Contrary to what you may believe, the Declaration was signed by the representatives over the course of a few months, with the last signature signed on November 4th, 1776. It was a long process with over 86 changes to the original draft made before being sent to the king. The signers included many of the immortalized patriots we know today, such as Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Samuel Adams, and John Hancock, who famously signed his name big enough so that the king could read it without using his spectacles. Interestingly, none of the 56 men who signed the Declaration were actually born in America. The Declaration of Independence was basically a long list of grievances toward the king. The Declaration famously begins, "When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bonds which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impelled them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." The many grievances listed in the document were about the king. They included complaints about taxes without consent, trial by jury, standing armies, etc. They accused King George of 27 different offenses in all. The Declaration was extremely controversial, as many colonists were still loyal to Britain. However, the elected officials deemed it necessary for the future of the country. Historically, it was consistent with new ideas of democracy and freedom that had stemmed from philosophers such as John Locke. All of these new ideas of freedom, equality, and democracy combined to bring forth the Declaration as we know it today. The last signature was drawn on November 11th, 1776, and thus America was born.